Alright, so I've got Risky with me. Making a little dark area here. I didn't know this would happen. All my Robo-Riskies are sitting here. Come here. Sit down. Oh, I know. Actually, zombie meat. Perfectly good way to fix Riskies. Okay, something finally spawned. Release the hounds! What? There we go. Okay, we got a visitor here. Hello. Oh yeah, really? Oofa, yeah, okay. Oh man. I didn't know they would swarm like that, even when they're sitting. Oh really, zombie? Release the hounds. I said, ow. Jeez, take your time, guys. Hello, Mills here. Taking a look at the vista. I changed these stairs up a little bit. I'm thinking about what to do with this platform finally, but I don't know yet. Quick note about the stronghold issue. I took down the coordinates of all the various locations in my world, and I plotted them on an Excel spreadsheet. It made a little chart. It was a, I think it was a scatter graph or something. And so I roughly sketched that out, and then I actually took a compass and I drew a circle around to find that range where strongholds are supposed to be spawning. It's in the wiki, and I guess there's supposed to be 3 that spawn somewhere in the sort of donut that's created by that those 2 radii. And I noticed that most of the locations in my world are actually on one side of one of the axes, so I'm actually hopeful that on the other side there's unexplored territory where it might actually generate a stronghold for me. This is my original world. This is an alpha world. Now, one thing that I might wait, though, is wait to see if there's a couple updates, because I read that there was talk of having infinite strongholds rather than just a limit of 3. So what I might do is I might wait for one of those updates in the hopes that it increases my odds that I will get a stronghold in this world. And if I don't get one, I don't know. It's a little disappointing. I don't know. I don't want to think about it. Let's wait and see. But I'm not going to go looking for it. I'm going to go in the nether. The cat is running around. I'm gonna go in the nether and look for, you know, nether fortresses and stuff like that. But the stronghold, the big daddy of them all, I'm going to have to wait and see if I can get one to show up in my old world here. Another little housekeeping thing of sorts. Literally housekeeping. I rearranged this a little bit. These used to be those sheer walls, and I just kind of stair-stepped them so that they're not quite so oppressive. And I've got my little sky bed here, which you can actually hop into from below. This works. I don't know why I did that. I was just, what happened here? But I just extended this moat here that goes to my mob trap just for safety. Although this part here is pretty much open. I mean, it just goes to here, and you can get out. So it's a little dangerous, but I kind of wanted it to be open, and I'm not really out here at night now that I have a bed and we can do that. I did make a lava moat here, lava trench, which I'm happy to say I have not fallen in yet. I brought all this up from the nether, from my lava lake, and right under there is glass, and you'll see kind of where that turns out. But yeah, the wall does continue on that way, and yep, just wanted to try something different on that. Now that the wheat here is fully grown, actually, I can also mention that when I harvest this now, I finally figured out that I could just do this here, and then also, which one was it? This one? Yeah. Why not? I had to get rid of the netherrack that was burning there, because obviously that wouldn't last. But that's kind of the way I harvest this now. Oh, it's almost time for bed, so I'm going to collect this stuff and wait for daytime. Okay. It's harvested and good to go. But that's not what I want to work on today. I want to show you... Ooh. Iron shovel efficiency 4. Look how glowy. This is my first enchanted item. Let's see. Let's time to test efficiency. Don't really want to wreck everything though. Here we go. What is this? 4 blocks? Okay, 4 blocks. With a single mouse hold. Try that again. Yeah. That's pretty fast. Yeah, so oh, and the other thing that I made enchanted, this is the second thing I enchanted, the iron boots with fire protection 1. Which, you know, I don't know. I don't know how safe they are, really. But, yeah, these are the first things that I've enchanted. Let me show you where that happened and what the plans are for that space. You know, I didn't realize until I did it that enchanting will use up your XP. I just didn't realize that it actually consumed it. And so I just grabbed a random tool, in this case the sword, or I'm sorry, the shovel, and I think I gave it like a level, like it was like a level 34 enchantment. So that's why it's yeah, that's why it's efficiency 4. And I didn't realize that it ate up all the XP until I looked and said, oh, all my XP is gone. Oops. So I saved up a little. You see I'm at 5 now, and I saved up a little bit more starting from scratch, and then I did the boots. I don't know why I chose the boots. I think it's because it was the healthiest piece of armor that I had on me. So I'm not using it super effectively yet. I'm a little disappointed that it consumes the XP. And I wasn't really planning on doing XP grinding, but now I kind of wonder if maybe I'm not going to do a little bit of that. Frankly, most of the XP that I had was from dealing with passive mobs, with the cows and the pigs and everything when I was working on the pens. But yeah, I don't know. I may I don't know, go to a mob spawner and do some grinding, or maybe I'll do what Ko did in that one of his videos I just saw. It's 198 or 199 or something like that, and he has a zombie spawner, and he built a mob evader where they go up to the top and they keep collecting at the top. And then he throws a switch on a piston and it drops them, so they take a bunch of damage, and then they're just one-hit kills. And that video is incredible. You should check it out. He goes, I don't know how many, like 30 levels at once, basically. And it's amazing. He does the third-person view, and you see all the little XP globules following him around, and the system lagging, and it's really entertaining to watch. So look at that shovel. Fancy. So anyway, I might do a little bit of grinding now in light of the fact that it uses up XP. So let's see, there's been bad guys, and I think actually an Enderman is the one that trampled that farmland, actually. So this, I'm experimenting here. I decided that I was going to put my I was digging a room that we'll see in a moment, And I thought I'd put the enchanting table in there, but then I realized I still don't have a use for this big room. So I said, you know what? I like libraries. I've said that before. And what better place to have your enchantment book than here, surrounded by the requisite libraries. You see they feed the book with spells, and then you put a thing here, and then it tells you what kind of spells you have access to. Now, right now, I don't have access to much of anything because I'm still just level 5. There's one. Who knows? I could enchant this, but it takes me down to 0, and I think I want to save it up. I saw a tip. Who was? Oh, I think it was also on Co's Quest, where if you take an item with like multiple quantities, you can just click once, and you don't have to. You can cycle through these random things, and you don't have to take it off and put it back in. So anyway, yeah. So I just made it floating here because it's kind of I kind of like unnaturally floating things for some reason in the game. It's just kind of interesting. The bed is just temporary for work. But then I'm like, okay, well, I want to make this like a mega library, multi-level, big, and blah, blah, blah. But you need, of course, you need sugarcane to make paper, to make books, to combine with, what are they? Planks, wooden planks. And then that's how you make a bookshelf. So I need a lot of sugarcane. And I have the sugarcane farm over there in the weird lava room, but that's not enough. So let me go and put this back. I don't really need this at the moment. Look, 20 gas tiers. Where'd those come from? More on that another time. But I came over here, and I got Risky, but he was kind of getting in the way. Surprise. All right, come on, Risky. This is an Enderman block. I wonder what gave it away. Risky knows. I'll just leave it. Okay, so this is the room right here that I started to dig out for the library, and then I realized I had a better location for the library, and I just filled this thing with sugarcane. Now, I left it idling so that it could grow full size, so that you could see how kind of difficult it is to see what you're doing and where you're going. And I had an idea, and I'm almost certain I'm not the first or the only to come up with this idea, but I will say, in all honesty, it was an idea that just occurred to me rather than something that I saw. And that is to find a way to harvest this quickly using some redstone and pistons. And basically what it will do is, I have my little prototype here. There's a button right there. And if, let's see, Risky, come here, Risky. Oh, man. Come on, Risky. Come on. That dog. Come over here and guard the, yeah, there you are. Come over here and shake off the water. Come on, silly. Oh, come here. Over here. Sit. Oh, he's still cute. But check out this row right here, this first row. I hit the button. And that row is shifted over by a couple pistons. One pushes it that way, and then this one pushes it back, and they pop right off. Amazing, isn't it? Amazing. So anyway, I was excited when I thought of this. Again, it's not a big deal, and I'm not the first. I'm not making any claims here. I just know that I was thinking about what can I do, because you can't use water. You know, you can't. You pour water in sugarcane, and it collects. In fact, sugarcane can be used to make underwater breathing stations also, because it holds the water back, and you can actually swim through it and catch a gulp of air. So water wasn't going to work the way that it does with wheat, and this is annoying for sure. Walking around, hitting things and getting busy. Yeah, so my plan, and I'm going to try it, and I haven't tried it yet, that's the only row that has the piston in place, is that I'm going to have pistons along here in these gaps, so 2 and then skip 1, and then 2 and skip 1, and so on, as far as I can, and then the same thing over on this side, going in the perpendicular direction, so that I can get these here, because I don't want to shift the things with water, because I think it destroys the water source block, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't tested it, but I'm assuming that's what happens. So basically I hit one switch and the ground trembles, and suddenly I have all this sugarcane. Now I'll have to go back and replant it, but replanting it is actually much easier and preferable in my mind, because you can at least see what you're doing. See, you can walk around and actually, you know, see what you're doing. So just by coincidence, this room was pretty close to the size of the limit of how many blocks a piston can push. I did a little trial and error to see how far it could go, and this was it. And I may adjust the dimensions of the room a little bit. I think it's too long that way, so I will have to kind of break some of it down. And one decision I want to take a look at is whether or not I want to obscure the piston altogether, so that when it's not engaged, you know, you just don't see it, like this, and then, you know, like this. So it isn't until, you know, you hit the button that you notice that anything's going to happen, and then it goes right back. I think this is the way to go, because then it's completely concealed. But it remains to be seen, you know, if it's going to be complicated doing the wiring for the two corners where things are close to each other. Let me show you what my little test looked like. And again, just, I guess, a disclaimer: if you watched any of my earlier redstone shenanigans, I am no expert by any means, by any stretch of the imagination. I just do a lot of trial and error mostly, and benefit from watching others' videos to learn how to do things. So anyway, if you see me doing something and I'm being, you know, silly doing it, then yeah, that's why. So here's the one thing too is that I need to test out. Is it okay? So a single button. This button sends energy to the block, which energizes that redstone, and then it splits. One part of it goes here. It goes to this block to invert the signal, and it has this in the always engaged position. Now that's one question. The only reason that I want this in the always engaged position is to hold back the water that's going to be there, and so that I could walk on it. If, however, I wall it in and there's no water involved, yeah, there's no water involved, then maybe I'll simplify things and not do this bit of wiring that I'm about to show you, which is to split the signal right here. Okay, so it's the same signal comes in, it hits this here, it changes this instantly, more or less, well, one torch delay, but instantly, and this retracts to get out of the way. On the other side, I'll come back to that side in a second. On this side, oh, look at that. I might lose some sugar cane down here. But on this side, it comes over here, and then there's a 4 torch delay. Maybe I can get away with just 3. I'll test that out also. But there's a delay before this one engages and pushes the entire row that way. So press the button, this gets out of the way. 4 ticks later, 4 torches later, that pushes everything that way. Then this little split off signal right here, this repeater is just to extend it, goes through its own 4 torch delay before re-engaging and pushing that back. Originally I had it split off right from here, but that didn't work. Actually, this just stayed in the closed position, and it just didn't work. So, but if I don't, if I hide the piston, I think I can just trigger one, trigger the other, and not worry about the fact that there's a hole when it's sitting idle. I think that would be easier all the way around. So I'm going to clear this room out because I'm getting dizzy myself just looking at it. Look. All right, be back in a sec. All right, so here's what I just harvested, and there's still some left behind, but over 300 sugar canes, which will yield a whole bunch of papier.
Paper goes vertically, you make books, and yes, what is it? 3 books, and then planks, and you've got a bookshelf. Oh yes, okay. So let me just stow this out of the way, and let me grab this for a moment. Okay. Oh, here's the yeah, there's the lava moat up above. What could possibly go wrong? Right? I don't know why I did that. This is just temporary, and yeah, so, oh, and the half step is also temporary. It's just there because I wanted to bridge this gap, and a half block will not break the redstone signal. If you have a single half block, then you can put it there and it doesn't cut off the signal. All right, so yes, you see there's a problem here I'll talk about in a moment, but you can kind of see now what I'm talking about, the crisscross nature of this here, so that this channel here, this channel and this channel will move that way, and then, you know, this channel and this channel will move that way and that way, one right after the other. It should work. I haven't tried it, but we'll find out. But yeah, I was playing with, actually initially I was playing with just the pane, just to see what it looked like. Just something different. It sure gets nice and bright with the glowstone. But I didn't like this, that I actually couldn't. I wanted to put something there so that I wouldn't go up and down the half step. There's I should explain. There's water down here. Need to have the water in order for these to work. So anyway, just playing around with lighting, and I'm not saying this is the most beautiful thing in the world, but in fact I know it's not. But I changed it to full glass, so that at least that way I when I bump up against it, I don't have to go up and down and get, you know, disoriented that way. But this is also happening, and it's a little pesky as well. So I may just end up doing it this way. Let's see, I haven't really looked at it like this yet. Yeah, I think I really like the new panes for all kinds of applications, but I think this is pushing it. So eventually I'll convert them all like that. So let's see, what else can I say before I begin? Oh, this happened to be a spot that I emerged from. Again, I wanted to build this mostly because of proximity to the rest of my base, but just to show where I am here. I think I heard a spider earlier too. Oh, creeper. Oh, I had a creeper when I was laying the lava. I just completely spaced out. I think I was listening to a YouTube video. That's always dangerous when you're listening to someone else's Let's Play and you mistake the ambient sounds for what's happening in the Let's Play, especially working in the Nether. That's really really distracting. All right, so I just wanted to orient everybody onto where this thing was. Southwest Temple is over that way. Yeah, I can kind of see it. This is just an old marker. I mean, this was here probably, I don't know, day 3 of ever playing the game is probably when I put this marker up. But yeah, there's the Southwest Temple there, that line in the distance you see over there. Okay. It's also a shame that bone meal doesn't work on sugarcane. I could kind of speed things up a little bit. All right, so I'm going to do some measuring here just to see the dimensions of the room, just so that I can make the wall go here, and I guess like that, although that's kind of asymmetrical. Maybe I'll just sort of I'll lose a little bit of growing space, but I'll make the wall like this, so it actually has, yeah, I think I'll probably do it this way so that it will keep the symmetry that way. And then this way, I paced it out roughly, and I think I need to get rid of at least this one right here. So the reason it needs to be those dimensions is because of the limit of how many blocks that a piston can push, which is some number like 12 or 13 or something. I just did it by trial and error until it stopped working, and then I backed up by 1. So alright, so let me do some fiddling and I'll be back. I'm so glad it rains in my home area. I like the rain. I guess it's a little noisy though, huh? Okay. Alright, so I replaced the glass panes, and I left these two here. I'll think about these. But I rewired it a little bit. This will be concealed, and this is the wall on this side, or this is where it will be, like that. And let me see if it works. Oh, let's see. This one pushes it, and then why didn't this one go? Oh, I think it's because... Let's see, let me try another repeater here. Maybe it doesn't have enough time to get out of the way. I'll just exaggerate the delay. Or, oh, you know what? It may be one too many blocks. That, you know, that might be it. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12? 12 blocks? Alright, well that's correct. Why doesn't it make it all the way over? I'm just wrecking the walls now. Oh, it's just not long enough. Engaged. Engaged. Yeah, it doesn't have... This doesn't get out of the way fast enough. I wonder why that... Oh, I still have a delay here. That's why. Wait, no. That's not connected to anything. Oh. You see, it's amateur hour here. I warned you, right? Disclaimer. Alright, this is right away. This is instantaneous. Oh, determined by the amount of time that the button is pressed. So I need this to be longer than the amount of time that the button... Okay. Seems a little repeater happy, but who am I to complain? Who are we in the face of so many? Oh, yeah. See, I knew there was a reason not to have water in here while testing stuff out. Lame. It was working, wasn't it? I didn't just imagine that, did I? Hold on, let me look at the footage. Alright, there was a third repeater. Where did it go? Did it get destroyed? What? What destroys repeaters? Does water destroy repeaters? Oh, it does. Look at that. Or did it? Yeah, it destroyed... Huh. I didn't know that. If it hits it from above, it destroys it? So let's see. Like this, it's okay. But... like this. Wow, look at that. I didn't know that. Alright. Let me go make some more repeaters. Alright. I had a sandwich, and I made some repeaters. Yes, yes, yes. And then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's the full extent. I'll try to narrow it down as much as possible, but now that, there. If I stand on the blocks, I'll pass through it. It's kind of a glitchy thing. Actually, that's pretty, yeah, that second bump. That's pretty, I can't do it any sooner than that. Alright, so I've got pistons laid out here. What is it? 2, 4, 6, 8. Singles on the end here. And then across this way, 2, 4, 6, 8. Also, well, that makes sense. As you can see, I had to disable 2 rows here that I had already built. So that's 10 pools that I had to disable in order to get this to be square. And I guess the plan is to have this be the starting position, so there's this trough going that way and this way, but it'll be covered by the wall that will be here. Alright, so this army here is engaged just with this test torch. And no doubt I will need a repeater to extend the signal. So I'll just go ahead and preemptively do that. And more redstone. And yeah, I'll attach this to the switch. Alright, all pistons are in place, but I've only armed the left and right. Let's call it left and right, rather than front and back. That's that side and this side. Alright, so this side, I'll just put in dirt temporarily here. Let's make sure this actually shifts everything. I'll stand here for safety. Maybe I can put a delay in. No, I don't want to play with the timing just yet. Okay, because I can't see the first part. That's awesome. Oh. All right. So now I just duplicate the same thing, going with these guys, while not getting in the way of its brethren, and then delay that signal however many I need to do that. So almost like I planned it. You know, while I'm working on this, I'm watching EthosLab, and boy, that's a humbling experience, isn't it? I'm watching his one of his many EMP videos. Ethos Mob. Oh gosh, what's the P stands for? Ethos Mob. Oh, it just fell out of my head. producer. Oh well, anyway, it's brilliant. Actually, he had an idea too. He's building a spider spawner using some information that he learned. A spider only spawner, and then has a different mob spawner for the other mobs. Maybe there's something there to be had for the Southwest Temple. So excellent stuff. All right, let me see if I can make this happen now. Processor, Ethos mob processor. All right. So I just built this up here just to see where the walls are going to be, so I know what kind of access I have to these pistons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7, 8. So I need to get these powered by some other means because there's going to be a wall here. Okay. Oh. Yeah, I went cave hunting earlier. There were some zombie noises and they were bothering me, so I was like, well, I'm gonna go find that stupid cave wherever it is. Okay, so let's... Okay. All right. Okay, so since this... All right, so this is all right. I was worried about how much I was supposed to move. I was going to have to move the original chain, but it can actually run directly under here because it doesn't affect the pistons. Okay, and then all right, then what happens here? Okay, that's all right. Oh no! Oh no! Ah! Okay. Okay. Yeah. Let's practice this by doing this. Be careful here. Yeah, there's still water over here. Okay. So did that engage? Let's see. What's that supposed to have engaged? Oh, well, I need to... Okay, I need to connect it to this. Okay. Okay, that one's not hooked up yet. Alright. 4 there and 3 here. Okay, so that does work. Okay. Okay. 4 those and 4 those. All right. So let's put this. Make sure they all go back. Okay. All right. So there's the same delay as the first one. So if I just add one more, and I'll extend it to its fullest length, even though I don't think I have to do it that way. Okay, so now I can test it. Oops. Well, I created some sort of crazy plot here. Seems like it would be handy to know what that was, but it's a perpetual motion machine. Well, let's see. Let me work on this a little bit. See, this is strange to me. I played with the delay on these here, and they're all in the on position, but there's no power source. There's no reason for this to be on. There is no power source in place right now. It just, whatever weird cycling it did, it got stuck in this position here. Oh, now why does that pop up there? Shouldn't... I bet you this is the cause of this problem right here. This connection here, although I don't know why that connection happened, because this should cut the signal, right? Well, maybe it does. Maybe it's just an illusion here, because let's see if I do... I don't know. So much destruction here. In the name of piston creation. Yeah, okay, so I guess a piston itself does not break this connection, which I didn't know. I thought it was a block like any other. I thought only half blocks would allow this to happen. See that? Would the button energize that? Yeah. Alright, so that sounds like it's well, wait a minute. Oh, this block is next to these two. Oh, cramped quarters. Alright, that looks right. Because as long as those get out of the way before these engage, which should be... Okay, so I think we're alright. Now let me try to extend this to the other... to this lot right here. So I've simplified things a little bit because it turns out that trying to delay the signal and have the button here was really kind of messy. So instead, I'm going to do the front to back motion first, because the button is just right here. It's just that much easier to just instigate this first. So what I did here, let me move here. So this side right here goes immediately, and then right down here, see the button is right here, lights all this up. Over here is that I guess that's a 12 torch delay, 3 times 4, and then it just goes up there and then comes up the stair step here, and then it activates all of these. So that end there is pretty straightforward. This end here is straightforward, and there's just a delay of 12 in between. So now I'm going to tap into some point. Possibly, you know what, I might do it after the delay. After this delay here. Maybe I'll move this back a little bit so that I will dig a trench in these two directions, that way and this way. And then I can trigger the other two sides. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do, because it'll save on repeaters that way. So, or will it? Yeah, because I need to delay everything needs to happen at least after this lot here. So, yeah, I'm gonna move those back, I think. And it works. There are 11 water spots, and there's 4 sugarcane around each of them, so that's 44 plants, and then 3 stalks high when it's fully grown. So here's what happened down here. I did move this back, but I couldn't move it too far away because the signal ran out of steam over here and one of the pistons didn't work, so I had to move it a little bit closer. So okay, so here's the first delay. This is again that 12 torch delay, and it continues that way, and that takes care of the front to back. Then here I went ahead and delayed this one by 1, so this would not happen at the same time as this one. So I delayed that by 1, and then here is the same delay by 1, and then a duplicate of the 12 torch delay here. So this just mimics what is going on in the other direction, and that seemed to do the trick. Let's look at it one more time here. Cool. Let me try cleaning this up a little bit. Actually, I think I'm going to put another... I left this empty because it was kind of, when you walk into the room, it was a little bit crowded, but from now on, whenever I walk into the room, I'm probably going to hit this switch first anyway. So I'm probably going to put another water bay there. Let's see, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, so there'll be a 12th one right here. If I don't see any reason why I can't. Yeah, see, there's a... Cool, all right. All right, so this room cleans up nice. I went off and did other things, harvested some trees and stuff, and let this thing grow. And this is the first time I'm doing it with a full complement here. Let's see how it goes. That's great. Oh, yes. Now, there are some pieces that fall down in the gaps, and there's probably some holes there that I could close up so it wouldn't do that, but yeah, look at that. There's 48 spots, and I tested it a couple times, and one time I lost 1 and one time I lost 2, so I'm sure I'm going to lose between, I don't know, between 1 and 4, or 0 and 4, let's say, at any given time. But you know what? That's a small price to pay. And then this is much easier to do because you can see what you're doing. I would rather have to do this clicky-clicky thing than to try to harvest them instead. So I am pleased with how that turned out. Let's see here. I couldn't put one here because the water would have to be in a place right next to the piston so that when the piston disengaged, because these are not sticky pistons, the water would have wrecked the wiring and stuff. So I just built the room around the existing area here, added this one pylon here, and I went ahead and kept this open so that I have access to all of this for whatever reason. Don't really need access to it, but
I can get to it. This is the part of the room that got cut off, the one that's exposed to the sky. No plans to do anything here. This will be sort of the secret spawning room, I guess. Let's see. We'll grow some stuff here. Purely decorative. Probably won't harvest it. So you can make it all the way around to the other side as well. And you see there's a couple stragglers. 4 there, and then there's probably some down here. But you have access to the middle part in case there's some kind of wiring snafu. You know, I just realized some of these water, let's see, some of this water has dirt. So I suppose there's a chance that an Enderman could wreck this thing. Stupid Enderman. No, but yeah, I kind of like the windows. Okay, and then we just head back out here and close the trap door, and it's growing once again. So, so far, I have made these bookshelves here. It actually takes a lot more wood. That's kind of why I went down and harvested some trees while that stuff was growing. But yeah, I haven't done any changes here, but now I have I have the means of production so that I can build out this library area somehow. I don't know what pattern it's going to take, but I'd like to make it a nice, big, gigantic library. So anyway, so that was fun, taking that from idea to completion. And yeah, as always, thanks for watching.